Hello, happy to see you today. And we're going to talk about hormones today, about periods, endometriosis, polyps, cysts, PMS, everything that's officially been diagnosed as estrogen dominance, usually, thyroid issues, because they always interchange. Um, Of course, all of the things that women suffer with, and usually when we go to the doctor, or even if we talk to functional medicine, we um, we are told that it's our hormones. And I have some notes, but I really want to tell you a quick story, my story. You probably know that I was diagnosed with infertility, the kids, the IBS, the horrible, indigestion, the PCOS, estrogen dominance, thyroid, hypothyroidism. And I've tried bioidentical hormones, I've tried liquid hormones, I've tried hormone replacement therapy. I've tried all kind of hormones for fertility, all kind of progesterone boosting um, things. So you name it. I was working with naturopath, and we tried, all type of hormonal therapy. And I find that some of these things they help just for a little while and maybe help the body to boost it, but in the long run, I find that it can be pretty confusing for the body. All of the hormones that we bring in the long term. And again, hi Liliana, and it all comes to the things that I'm going to talk to you about. And we're going to start with genetics to epigenetics to hormones to brain to, and I'll try to make it very structural, kind of like very understandable, but I'll give you my view on everything, and I'll tell you from 10 years of experience myself with my clients what really is helping and what's the journey and how fast or how long it can be, from all of my experience, all of the books, all of the education, everything that I learned, and I learned in between the different science divisions, from like psychology to spirituality to the body to genetics to everything that people try, to herbs to supplements and medications. And the thing is, there is definitely a component that we call genetics, when it comes to the hormones. But from a lot of research, we know about epigenetics. That is a science that study how our lifestyle, how the bacteria, how everything that we're doing here and now in this life, how it affects our hormones, how it affects our genetics, how it affects our cell. And a lot of times when we talk about women hormone problems, we're going to hear about gene mutations like COMT, MHCFR. There is some problems with you actually excreting estrogen, not enough progesterone. There can be always a talk about how your estrogen going to take their own pathways instead of 2-hydroxy 1, where all of the dirty estrogens getting removed from your body. It can take 16 and 4-hydroxy pathways, which are damaging to DNA, which are problematic for your cell, and the cells can detox, and they um, toxins in the cell accumulate, and from the toxins, of course, there are problems with organs and tissues, and our ovaries not making their own hormones, our thyroid not making hormones, pancreas, and we go from there. And of course, they're going to be, I always talk about calcification of the cell, where there's another theory, big one, on minerals, where the hormone where our calcium, instead of the bones and teeth, going to our cell membrane that's supposed to be fatty, so fatty acids, and it's become calcified, and the toxins again can get out and hormones can get in. Also, when your estrogen goes up, it blocks other hormones from getting in. For example, your thyroid hormone, because it's like three different keys for one door. There are the theories. Those are the major theories that people, doctors, scientists talking about. And of course, there is another theory, which is all of them are not just theories, right? They're backed up with science, they're backed up with the research. That is the parasites. And by parasites, mostly, I mean not the worms. Like if you know me, you already know I mean the bacteria, and I mean the fungus, the yeast, and not just yeast, the fungus, the byproducts of the bacteria. And the more you know me, the more I study, the more I see that the problem is two things: the parasites, the bacteria that creates the huge colonies in our body that we inherit from our mom, right from the womb. As soon as we are becoming formed as a human being and we are born in this world, these bacteria start colonizing our bodies. And this is the one problem. And then everything accumulates from there. And while you're a child, your body still not infiltrated, have a lot of defenses. And all of these bacterial parasites, and also a lot of times when we go through life, we start feeding them. There are a ton of bacteria. They literally eat our food, and we stop feeding our body. We stop feeding our cells. And the most important food for the cells are the minerals. Our cells can actually make their own, our body can make their own vitamins. And we don't need as much food. And this ability for us to feed our cells instead of feeding parasites, instead of just putting something in our body, that's one of the keys to your energy, to your tissues, organs, and cells to work in the way they're supposed to work. And if your organs work, the parts of your endocrine system, you're going to make the healthy hormones. Another thing is, while we feeding the tons of the bacteria, they create a lot of toxins that garbaging our fluids first, like lymph and blood. Then it gets spilled in our organs, in our brain, and brain is the biggest part of your endocrine system. If your brain's becoming toxic, and if you have any like polyps, cyst, PMS, liver is not working, insulin resistance, you always want something sweet, this pancreas problem, there is a problem with the brain. It means that this toxicity from the bacteria, ton of the bacteria, they find bacteria in the brain, they find bacteria and fungus in pancreas, in the liver. There are chambers in the liver, and people thinking, oh, I cleanse my liver, I eat pretty healthy. If you've been having acne, hormone problems right when you were 14, where it all starts for a lot of people, you accumulate a lot of garbage. In the clean body, it needs a little bit of food. Right now, when I can easily fast or live on like liquid diet, I'm amazed how little our body needs to feed the cell. We don't have to have a ton of fruits and vegetables eating. And I really believe our body's transitioning right now. A lot of people don't understand what's going on with them. Everybody's scared about their libido, which is another topic. Like, you don't have to have sex 3 times a week. This is the crazy idea. I don't know who created it. It can be once a month if it's that your libido, and nothing wrong with that. Women need to understand there is not, and men too, nothing wrong with that. You can have amazing sex once a month, and this is totally normal. This is okay. You don't need to boost. You don't need to go do crazy things. Nothing is wrong with you. It's absolutely normal. What is not normal is knowing that you have endometriosis, polyps, and stuff like this, and somebody told you have to have sex twice a week, and you go and sleep with your husband when you don't want to do that. That's prostitution. That's betraying yourself. That's saying your own body, excuse my language, fuck you, and doing it against your body. And this is the biggest no-no. This is how endometriosis, a part of it, how it's born. This is how you're not protecting your own boundaries. I'm gonna go a little bit there since it's coming to me. not protecting your own boundaries when your mom getting in your life, when you are miserable and letting somebody abuse your body, when you're letting even kids abuse you or your body, when you're letting your neighbor, your friend, whoever it is, the society, the news, the coach, your business coach, whoever it is, when you feel like there is a lot of information coming to us. We jump on one coach to another coach, to one person to another person. We let them on get in our bodies, bless you, babe, to our bodies, to our mind, and it's polluting us. There is a lot of toxicity there, even in the spiritual world. When I start digging inside, I found, oh my God, all these courses, all these people giving you their truth. And if we let everything in, if we're not protecting our boundaries, those are parasites on our energy field. On those parasites on energy field, biofield, the consciousness create the parasites inside of us. Yes, I agree about sex. Absolutely. Who said we're supposed to have it 3 times a week? Shit. Who created this stupid stuff and why do we believe in it? Why? Once a month, like, this is my body. I have amazing sex, for example, once a month with the candles and bath and massages and stuff, and that's totally okay. Who said healthy libido is 3 times a day? Whoever created this wanted to have a program about libido, or they think something wrong with them, and somebody else created this myth about 3 times a week, and now everybody, and it's like one big train, like 2 times a week is healthy. Said who? Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. And then the woman running around thinking what are the herb, what are the medication, and man too. He's miserable, thinking like she needs it. She's miserable, thinking like he needs it. They both don't need it. They both don't need herbs, Viagra, or medication. They're both gonna be totally fine, loving, connecting with their, I don't know, energy chakras, massages, and stuff. And they don't need sex 3 times a week. But somebody created it, somebody making money on it, somebody's like just doing it because everybody's doing it, and it's a mess, right? You ever, like, officially everything is good with your libido as many times as you want it. Everything's just fine. So whenever we let all of this shit I'm getting hot again to get in our energy field, we create this uncertainty. We create this fear that something is wrong with us. And that's how we create physical parasites, literally. Then our body is taking this pain from us, not confident, from thinking like something is wrong with us, including spiritually. I started getting so much into different, nobody knows for sure. Everybody, even the channelers, even the people who, I don't know, get their knowledge from other, it's like everybody on their own level, everybody think they're right and they're all wrong and they're all right. And depending what kind of, it's kind of like, depending what kind of, it's like all of these blind people touching the elephant and saying, well, I think whoever touching the leg thinking elephant is big and like one, this little story about the blind people touching the elephant and they all having their own theory about how the elephant looks. And it's like, it's a big mess. So to finally finding physical health, spiritual health, and psychological health is just decide, okay, all right, there's a lot of info. Why don't I take what I really like and what resonates with me, like truly resonates, like I want to test this theory, take it in and create your own way. Like take it like, okay, I like Alyssa's theory and stuff. Why don't I try her way for a little while? If I absolutely hate something and don't agree, I'm not going to do it. And when we're talking about our hormones, it's very important to connect to the body, stop feeding these bacteria. They find it in the brain, they find it in our ovaries. They infiltrate the liver, the pancreas. It is essential to start eliminating these bacteria, parasites, fungus, like we talk about. And when our fluids get cleansed, our organs get cleansed, our cells get cleansed. You will see how cyst shrinks, how endometriosis goes away, how the symptoms go away, how everything just gets in their own place. And that's called epigenetics, how the blood flow, the energy of your body, connecting to your body. Really appreciate, don't give it to be abused to your husband if you don't feel like it, to your trainer in the gym if you don't like it, to whatever, to yourself, the pushing it. Yes, you have to push yourself a little bit with a diet, because what is you are, whatever you eat, you become that. It's absolutely the truth. And a lot of times the bacteria, when it gets hungry, and they need a ton of food, they are very little, but they need a ton of food. This is not your body that have these cravings. The body needs a little, they need a lot. They need a lot of food. They crave a lot of food, different type of food, because they don't eat everything. Instead, like, they're smarter than us. They don't eat everything that's on their plate. They're very selective. Certain type of bacteria, for example, like strep, that is responsible for estrogen dominance, they manipulate our hormones. They manipulate our hormones. They manipulate our neurotransmitters through chemicals. They directly, through the nervous system, connect it to our brain, and they ask the brain to start the stimulation of certain hormones, like the women who have PMS and they want to eat more. Like, all of a sudden, everything, you are all good during the day, and all of a sudden at night you have these unstoppable cravings. You want something. Do you notice that? That usually happens by the end of the day, and they just start the activities. They affect your neurotransmitters. They can make you sad. They can make you want to have bigger libido, because what do they want? They want you to eat and have sex so they could infiltrate another human being and continue their journey. But I don't want you to just look at one thing and think like, okay, we have an enemy now. We have to go and push through and just freaking kill these bacteria and parasites. I've been on that route. You can get stuck with this thing for a long time. There are people that get stuck with this thing. There are people who spend their whole life, and they're good. They create a lot of tools that we are using right now. But this is their life, fighting bacteria, parasites their whole life, and they spend their life on this and they love it. This is not me. I spent 10 years on this. I'm done. I'm tired of this stuff too. Because if you don't, what we're gonna do, update what in here and what's in your heart. You've been fighting, we're gonna be fighting our hormones, bacteria and parasites our whole life. Some of you make it your career like I did, and in 10 years you're gonna be shit. It's just unstoppable. It's gonna, like, if you do one thing, there's something else come up, and it can be pretty big journey. And there are people who love it and enjoy it. Like, yeah, a lot of these people, I look at them and I say, oh, you've been fighting these these things your whole life. You talk a lot about it, but if I look at you, you don't look happy and you don't look healthy for some reason. And that was one big thing for me, like, something is wrong with this, like, we're all fighting something, but we never come to to anything. And I finally started coming to something when I chose this approach that I'm going to share with you the more we go. And it's good. It's good to come to idea that you need to change something in your life, because this fight with the bacteria parasites will bring you to the higher levels of understanding that it all works together. And the end goal is connect to your body and connect to your soul and connect to your mind, and becoming the creator, becoming someone who built their life, who stopped fighting. The idea is, and I want to surround myself with people who understand, hey, I'm tired of the old persona I created. I'm tired of the old parasites or bacteria or whoever, like, damaging my body. I'm tired of the old shit. I'm tired of the old people around me. I'm tired of the old clients. Sometimes I'm tired of the old husband. Sorry if mine gonna hear that. You're not one of them. I'm taking you with me. but but that takes place. And a lot of times these bacteria, the parasites and the things, they create the persona that creates the husband. I always telling you, right? The husband is a reflection of you. You change, I promise you. You change, you become this wholesome person. Don't give a shit about changing other people. And the people around them start reflecting new you. You don't need to change other people. You can't. We cannot. We can't change the old clients. We have to drop them. I'm sorry. We have to drop the old mama sometimes. Like, you can love her, like you should love every other person on earth. Like, love them, but you don't have to deal with that shit. You can say your mom, bye mom, I'll see you next week. I believe in you. You're so cool. You can deal with your own problem. You're so strong. I believe in you. Bye bye. You know, mom, I have my own life. Like, I know how to deal with my children. Or clients, like, I've been dealing with you long enough, but sorry, this is my new way. Do you like it? No? Okay, goodbye. This is totally normal to say goodbye to people. And you will see some of them gonna say, whew, finally she let me go. They're gonna be like that. You're sitting here thinking like, oh, they're gonna suffer without me. No, they're gonna be doing just fine. As long as you're not gonna put in your thoughts in their head. So now we're gonna do it smart way. We're not gonna fight it. We're just gonna let go of the old stuff. People, bacteria, parasites, fungus, clients, husbands, sometimes kids. I know you can drop the 2 years old ones, but if they are 18, it's time, stop worrying about that too. And they all gonna breathe. Like, leave everybody alone. Here's where we start. And when you start with your body, all of a sudden you start noticing that the world around you changes and everything is okay with the world. Everything is okay with the world when everything is okay with you. All of a sudden you start seeing new people. The old one's going to be gone, the new one's going to come in. But give it a little bit of time. Enjoy the process. Okay, think about right now for your hormones. Like, I'm telling you, it's essential to get rid of parasites, bacteria, yeast. And I give you the tools. Look at the next body. It's in the month 3, next level gut health. Sometimes you have to tune it up a little bit. A lot of people coming to me and saying, hey, I tried this antibacterial complex. For example, the one that I share with you in the month 1, this is just the beginning, right? And sometimes you need smaller doses. Some of us need bigger doses. And the thing is, for me, what really worked, a lot of the, what I've seen, a lot of the things from the store, like this part, like Paragon, or like this parasitic complex or this antibacterial complex, it is not enough. These herbs in them are not developed the proper way. Sometimes it's just the small doses. What I really found was really changing for me. It's like, I buy these herbs and I shared it with you, right? In a next level gut health. I grind it myself and I make the liquid, because the liquid, it gets in your bloodstream. It gets in your what is that? Lymph. And literally take a teaspoon of these grinded herbs, and I shared them with you in that video, and I take it morning and night, and then it goes through your intestine, then it gets absorbed by intestinal walls, it gets absorbed by the liver, it gets absorbed by the pancreas. And that way you eliminate them. Sometimes it's so easy, sometimes you just clean, and it's interchangeable. When you remove the parasites from your life, we just talked about them, your health all of a sudden get better. And when you cleanse your intestines, all of a sudden you start seeing how to, your character start changing. Sometimes it's that way. And I invite you to do both. Sometimes all of a sudden you cleanse your small intestine, you start having constipation, you find the life is easier than you thought. You can get rid of people easier, you can all of a sudden when you don't have this constipation, you like tell people F off finally after 10 years. When you backed up like this, you backed up in your life, you're in the corner, you think life is hard. So these parasites, the bacteria, they'll literally create illusions in your life. So what do you eat when you have illusions, when you're miserable, when you have a depression, when you don't know what to do with your life anymore? You eat crap. You want to eat more crap, and you want to sleep in your room, and you want to close all of the your curtains. You want to keep your room all nice and dark, and you eat and you watch the movies and you feel life is miserable and blah blah. Or you just go to work you hate, thinking like there is no other way. Or you live with an abuser husband, or like the husband who doesn't worth to live with. I don't know. It's both ways. Okay, so what is the smart way? How we do it? We do it from both ends, with your mind and with your body. And with the body, I give you the tools. And sometimes don't be afraid to talk to me and increase the doses sometimes. And it's a pulsation, okay? You must let your body rest. So if you do it for 4 days, you rest on the weekend. If you do it for 7 weeks, and your body should know, your body will know. You do it for 7 days, take 1 day, 1 week rest. The pulsation, sometimes repeat something, sometimes repeat the fast. And when you start this, it's your journey. When how you feed the cell, then we go to the feeding the cell, not the parasites. It is raw food. It is fruits and vegetables, and it's one of the ways to get. Right now, I live on powders and liquids, and I never felt better. Right now, I understood whatever I was doing to fight my own body. My body doesn't like a lot of fiber, and it hates it, and it's normal. What I realized, and I did a lot of research on it, our body's changing right now. Our whole hormone system changing right now. I talked about this, right? There is not going to be mitochondria. There are going to be centrosomes. Our whole cells changing. Our body wants us to eat less. So all of these people who tell you need to eat lots of fiber, for me, for a lot of my clients, or like I work one-on-one with people, and I work with these. I tell you, I came a little bit later. This guy is like, oh, I hope he's not gonna watch this video because I'm gonna tell you about it. So I'm not gonna say the name, but so the thing is, we don't need that much food. We don't need sometimes the variety. The body, if it cleans, if we don't feed all kind of things in it, and you know what we got, when I look at a lot of practitioners, when I look at the doctors, and I realize like how crazy ideas are. They're saying we need a lot of bacteria. There is a ton, the whole industry of probiotics that our body doesn't need. Probiotics can be so dangerous, like literally. The idea of switching from the bad bacteria is like gangs of New York, right? Bad gangs of different species of bacteria. And they're saying, here's lactobacillus, this is the good bacteria, like rhamnosus, good. We need to grow more of them. They're going to overpower these. Yes, it's better us to have more of a beneficial bacteria, but they still parasites. I want you to understand. They still parasites, and they still care about themselves. They still eat first. And a lot of these bacteria, and you know, from SIBO, I studied this a lot. I've been on a big journey. They tell you, the people tell you, any type of beneficial bacteria make our symptoms worse. And a lot of people, what do? They go to the store where industry told them you need probiotics. They buy this from the shelf, and they colonize themselves with all kind of stuff. And this large intestine become like wild west. And what the bacteria do now, they're colonizing the small intestine, and they create lots of toxicity. They paralyze the liver, they paralyze the brain, create a lot of gas, methane sulfate. They paralyze our body, literally. They work through muscles, and of course our endocrine organs don't work. what kind of hormones we're going to talk about when they manipulate the hormones, when the body is garbaged out. What kind of what kind of hormones are we going to talk about? And then people get on this route where they say, well, the body is crazy, immune system is going crazy. How crazy the idea is that our bodies becoming all of a sudden crazy, immune system start attacking itself because it's confused. What kind of nonsense is that? Body is not crazy, body is not attacking, your immune system is not going crazy. Okay, your immune system attacking the parasites, the one cell parasites, the bacteria that infiltrating liver, brain, thyroid, pancreas, ovaries, with dripping pus from the nose, from the mouth, from the vagina. Look how many women suffer from, if it's not yeast infections, it's IBV. If it's not IBV, it's some kind of discharge. And it's becoming normal for women to have the discharge, for women to have painful ovaries. If you press on your tummy, it hurts somewhere. This is not normal. This is pus. And then all of a sudden we wake up with the white tongue, with the all kind of stuff coming out of your nose. I got to really awesome time in my health, where I didn't have the aches and where I had my hormones going right, my hair, my skin was looking amazing. Everybody was saying, what do you do with your skin? And then I did the iodine protocol, right? And then I started like, what? I always experiment with myself, and I'm like, okay, what if I experiment more? And I tripled and quadrupled the dose that I give you, right? And I think I did like up to 200 milligrams iodine. So it's like 40, 20, 20, 40, 8, 20 in the 40 in the morning, 40, like I spread it through the day, 40 in the evening of iodine drops. And all of a sudden, my whole face got covered in acne. My skin was perfect. Everything started coming out. And through the time, and I was doing Bacopa, I was doing a lot of things that I'm going to share with you again. I experiment with you so you don't have to with myself. And I tripled this dose again, and I tripled vitamin C, and I did the niacin. Everything that I shared with you, I just did really big doses, and everything started coming out. And in the morning, like chunks of pus started coming out from my nose, from my mouth, and I was like, how sailors go around like. I'm like, we're going to the gym with my husband in the morning, and I have an energy now, right? Wake up at 6 o'clock, 5 the old time when I go with my husband in the gym, and I go there like sailor. And he's like, what's wrong with you, lady? You don't look like yourself. But this is all of this. It's like really solid chunks coming out. Then I started flushing everything. I used the oil pooling, the coconut oil. I used the coconut, I bought on Amazon, coconut oil mouth rinse, like silver. And I started like putting the salt, the nasal spray in my nose to help it. And I start what I share with you, right? The lymphatic. All the tools that I'm doing with you, I start pressing really hard in my tummy. And all of a sudden, I'm sorry, but it's like stuff started coming out of my vagina, like in the chunk. So I used the boric acid. I'm like, and I was in a really tip-top shape, I thought, right? Until I really, really quadrupled the iodine. Then I started researching iodine even more than I researched, and I found like this is a big conspiracy theory. They really made everything that we wouldn't receive the iodine, potassium, magnesium, the minerals that we need, soils, the vegetables, the fruits, we don't get them. And the only bacteria, and they said, well, it's all the crazy immune system, load yourself with the bacteria, you're gonna be good. This is wrong. We don't need a ton of food. We don't need a ton of bacteria. Yes, we need some of beneficial bacteria, just a little bit. We don't need to feed them. We don't need to work for them. We don't need all of this fiber to feed these bacteria. And all of a sudden, I have this clear brain, my third eye is open. I started hearing like Angel music. I'm just kidding, but it's kind of like that. All of a sudden, I know exactly what to do. All of a sudden, all of the marketers that were like inviting me to different podcasts and their manipulations was okay with me. I see that I'm like, I want to like say, leave me alone. I see your manipulation. You don't want to share with people. You just want to do your business this way. All of a sudden I see where people lying to me were not. I see how to protect myself. I see how to say no to people and how to say yes to people. I see all of a sudden that my energy quadrupled. I see how patient I am becoming with people, you know? And all of a sudden, like a lot of more start coming out. And all of a sudden, I look so much better and I like myself so much more. The things that I still living in the cell, and I found that iodine, people have miraculous healings with iodine. Their hormones, their ovaries start working, their pancreas start working, cell opening up, the calcification goes away. Iodine, vitamin K, vitamin E, the niacin, like the things that I'm sharing with you. But sometimes what my story was about, you have to, it's only you, like, don't be scared of researching your body. Don't be scared of taking it as a project. Sometimes use a little less if you sensitive and you pixie dust lady, how I call it, you just need a little bit. Sometimes you need more liquid, sometimes you need more powders, sometimes you need to quadruple the dose and see how it goes. And big secret, if you, from whatever you hear from other people or from me, if you experiment with yourself, if you really start connecting with your body and give it the physical stuff from the tools I'm sharing with you, you start noticing that it's okay. You're not gonna die. You're not going to die. I didn't die from iodine. I discovered that there is a new level of health exists. And it's amazing. It's amazing what has started happening with my body. All of a sudden, where I thought it was like kind of like getting a little bit older, I lost that elasticity. That all of a sudden I started having the baby skin from that quadruple doses of iodine, right? My face is still like purging something, and it's all. And I did a lot of the brain phase that you're going to find body phase, prep phase, body phase, brain phase, systemic formulas, go through all three. It's a 3-month supply. They opening up your cell. There is a combination there that help you with the gene mutations that's going to help the cell of those ovaries, along with the parasitics protocols. They also that BioClear from systemic formulas. Sometimes you can repeat it, or you can choose this herbal protocol where I mix the herbs literally in a grinder. I take a teaspoon and drink it, like drink these dry herbs, and manipulating with iodine. But you can do this, and you can see how your body is responding. But at the same time, you need to see what you eat. The best way to feed yourself is raw food. And you don't come with this, like you don't have to like all of a sudden drop everything, go and becoming raw vegan. No. And you don't have to eat a ton of food, but sometimes have the days where you can be like I say in those videos, and I share the smoothies with you. Have the liquid day, have the smoothie day. Don't put a lot of fibers in it. Don't put a lot of thing in it. I gave you the example of some smoothies, but I literally right now live eating avocado, cucumber, sprouts are really, really good for hormones. Buckwheat sprouts. You're getting green buckwheat, you sprout it a little bit and you add it to your smoothie. Then make yourself a little green smoothie. That's what I do. First time I eat at 3 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and then at 6. That's it. Tons of energy. Amazing things. And I start my iodine in the morning. And I just drink liquids. I drink the tea that I'm sharing with you, keto tea, until 2. But this is my way, and I came to it. Do not just drop into eating like me, for example, right? That's why you have other recipes. It has to be gradually, but have some days when you let your body to literally breathe through and detox. And you have all the tools, from the recipes to all of the smoothies in month 1 to 3. They're different. This is the journey, right? That's why it's going from month 1 to 3. And month 3, don't jump right on the month 3 and write how I eat right now. But play with yourself a little bit. And in the evening, I send you the little treat that I do for myself, right? I make like hemp seed, avocado, this raw powder, protein powder, smoothie. It's very chocolatey. Then I spray a little bit of this crunchy sprouted buckwheat. I sprout buckwheat myself, put it in there, and it's so sweet, so tasty, but it doesn't have sugar. And it's like, even my kids love it as a treat. That's all I eat. And I have energy, I have the muscle growth, like my hair, everything is there. But of course, the minerals. Now, what I do, I either do body prep, body face, and you can like do it for 3 months, and brain face, do it for 3 months, take a break. Do the Shaklee ones. They do have a good mineral vitamin balance. Do the Shaklee one for 3 months. Then do the body prep again for 3 months. You're gonna be brand new, because the combination of vitamins and minerals in the systemic formulas designed to open up that cell, designed to push through the problems with the SNPs in genetics, designed to help those ovaries, to cells and thyroid and pancreas and liver to open up. Okay. And along with parasitic protocol, and along with giving yourself some fasting days, some smoothie days, some keto green days, you have all of these tools. We're going to get somewhere if you want to discuss each one of them, or you want my help with them. But this is all that you need. Health is simple. Remove what doesn't belong. Hormones are simple. And give the cells the food to detox and to build itself, to build new, fresh cells. And when you remove the parasites from your environment, when you decide that you deserve the best, that your body deserves the best, that you're not going to betray yourself for clients, for husbands, for mom and dad, for all of these, that you are the creator, that your story, your beautiful story of your health, of your cells health, of your body health, of your brain health, of your hormones health, starts here and now, with every decision you make today, of not sleeping with your husband just because crazy person said you have to do it twice a week, or just because your husband, has his own moment, he just need to put his organ in your organ. This is not the idea for having sex. It's not good. He's not gonna die. And if he's gonna die not having sex with you when you don't want it, well, change the husband. Seriously, I'm serious right now. You can't do this. And then we have the people who always judging someone, the people who eat meat judging vegans. I'm like, really? Well, I know people who don't eat at all, and they judge vegans for abusing poor grass and poor nuts that they grind. And I literally talked to a person, she says, when they grind these nuts, I hear the poor nuts screaming because you eat them. They are not here for you to eat them. So don't be a hypocrite. Don't judge someone. There are women who judge prostitutes and say, how could she? She's dirty. But she would sleep with her husband just because he is giving her money for her kids or for her, right? Well, you are, at least those are honest on the road. We can't judge anyone because we're one step ahead. And when you leave the world, the prostitutes, the meat eaters, the the maniacs alone, and start with yourself and ask yourself honestly, what am I doing here and now to respect my soul, respect my body, respect my wishes, respect my desires? What the fuck, excuse my language, do I want today? Do I hate my job? Do I hate how my dynamics relationship with my husband, my mom, my kids? If I do hate the world that honestly we create, if I do hate how my body responds to me, maybe it's time to say, woo, This girl that I created, she has a lot of mess. And honestly, you can fix her mess from all the tools they're giving us right now. All of the hypnosis, going to karma, going to psychology, going to this and that. It's designed to leave you at the same thing, you know? Even the tools to remove parasites, they still, like, we're going to be fighting them for a long time. If you do fight the parasites, you need to create the environment where you don't create the new ones. And it's going to be like this. You need to take yourself out of the old way this person was living to a new one. If I want to travel, if I want to find a new hobby, if I want to finally go somewhere, if I want to start thinning, the beauty of it, you don't even have to go anywhere. You know what I did? So, my 2 years old, he would just absolutely abuse anything that I would do with a painting. So I got myself this, and I started, I want paint. I don't want to teach people how to get rid of parasites no more. And I still love you girls, and I'm still going to do it with you or whoever comes to this course. I'm gonna continue, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be so awesome what we're gonna do next Friday. But I'm like, I want to paint. I want to change people's life with painting. And right now, I'm not. And my 2 years old gonna abuse it. My 6 years old will be like, this is mine. I'm gonna do it. Mom, why do you paint better than me? No, I hate it. I hate it. So I'm like, this is not gonna work if I show it to the world. So I put it in my closet, in my walk-in closet, and I do it like this. I run there for 10 minutes, I do the first layer, and I let it dry, and I get out. And I do it in my closet. I do it not very comfortably, but I put a very nice cup of tea that, that keto tea I liked. I make it like very, like I find the new powders for it, like the better mushroom chocolate powder. Like I make myself this, my favorite drink. And I go to my closet and I imagine it's a big painting studio, and I sit there like this. And I paint the first layer and I run and then I lock it and I run to them. But even 10 minutes a day of this, and it feeds my soul. You know what I mean? Start today. And who knows, when it feeds my soul, when I feel so good, all of a sudden, they hear me, they take me from one timeline, they drop me in a timeline, then all of a sudden my husband make a big fortune in the marketplace because his wife, she's like, she treats herself with respect. She wants something, like she's relaxed. She's like, who gives a shit about these screaming children? Honey, I'm all yours, because she just painted. It's just an example. And then he just buy me a house with a studio. And the thing is, in Oregon, I would have my own studio. I had a big house, like this one is smaller. So I did it to myself, but I like the sunshine better than Oregon. So it's all good. When we find the joy here and now, when we start betraying ourselves, all of a sudden the parasites go away. All of a sudden the cell open up. All of a sudden everything that we together doing on a physical way will go a lot smoother and faster. Everything happens from us betraying ourselves. And next Friday, or whenever we come to this, I will share with you how my way of start deeper connecting with your body, like really connecting. Because what we're doing right now with the like massages, or even like Tai Chi or yoga and parasite protocol and feeding ourselves better, it's still not connecting to our body. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to do together, okay? Because it's still not connecting. But right now, every moment, your money, your future, your relationship, your health, it is always born today. There's only today that we're living. Tomorrow only created with our thoughts. That's a timeline created with our thoughts. Our thoughts today, that's why I always say, become an observer and find what you want to do. Even between the jobs you don't like or relationship, take a very good look at yourself and say, I created that. You created. You are where you want to be. Ask yourself a question. Why did I want to do this? And don't look for answers. You can't find the answers. It was the old persona who created it. We don't need to dig into her. That's why old tools don't work, like hypnosis, therapies, all of. Look, if you look at all of these people who tell you, go to my course, go to my thing, it's like getting dusty. It's all rotten right now. You can't create in this 3D matrix, you can't create from the old persona. Or you're gonna be like this. It's gonna be so hard. So what we need to do is observe. Like the kids are screaming, like, interesting, but I don't know why I created these crazy kids. Like your husband is like, oh, interesting. I don't know why did I agree to be but don't call him loser yet, because you're creating a loser every time you call him loser. I promise you. Start with yourself. You created the loser because he's your avatar. He's representing you on planet Earth. You're the goddess. You created the guy. So how, if you start uncreating losers in your life, all of a sudden, he changes, or you're meeting a new one. And it's okay to meet a new one. And yes, you can find a new one with 5 kids. Yes, you can. Kim Kardashian did it. I mean, come on. And it's not about money. No, seriously. You deserve not to be miserable. And your kids don't give a shit. They want you happy. Literally. And they all of a sudden will change when you are happy. Don't betray yourself. Find what you want to do today. And you don't have to be mean about it, you know? You can love all of the old characters, like mean mom, mean husband, like loser husband, stupid kids, like amazing kids. You created all of them. They are your characters. You still need to love them. What we need to do, we need to love ourselves. And if we love ourselves, we realize we are the center of this universe. Everybody else, they're your kids. You created all of them. They're your characters. You created the whole video game. So if all of a sudden they hear you that you don't like your stupid husband and they send you a new husband, ideal one, you will find a way to destroy him if you steal that girl who created the first one. I promise you. I've tried that. It's still because you have the programs of a victim, of I'm not pretty enough, I'm not good enough. And he's going to be telling you every day, honey, you are amazing. I like every hair on your body. No, I know I'm ugly. I hate my big butt. I hate my fat belly. And it doesn't matter what he's going to tell you. And eventually he's like, you're right. I don't know why I love you so much. You do have a fat belly. You do have a cellulite, and you do have, like, you're not that pretty. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, when we remove parasites, mental, physical, and others, and we do what we want to do more and more, physical body changes. It's absolutely bizarre to see my pictures, some of my pictures when I was 29 or 25 years old. I'm like, was it me? I am so pretty now. Seriously. Seriously, the bacteria, and the interesting thing, the bacteria not only, like, the strep bacteria that makes when you see guys sometimes they have this like feminine body. I can look at some people and say, well, they have staph, they have strep, they have akkermansia. I can look at people and I tell them which bacteria they got from the start of their life. The bacteria, they change your appearance. I swear. It's they change your personality. They change your these guys, they have problems with estrogen. This is strep. Women have estrogen dominance. This is strep. And it starts from the early childhood. They form the body they want to see. They form the habits they want to see. They form the illnesses or hormone imbalances they want in your body. Okay, because they don't care about you. Even the beneficial bacteria, they are parasites. And there are people, including me now, who eat a little, who don't need all this fiber, who don't need all of this, and we feel amazing. I never felt better when I dropped this theory that other people always telling us we need lots of fiber. I live on powders and hemp seed, and I have protein, like green powders, two type of powders, hemp seed, sprouted buckwheat, sprouted something else. And that's it. And in between, I drink my drinks, and I'm the happiest human on earth. You know what I mean? Lemon, a lot of ton of lemon. But it doesn't have to be even my way how you eat. And I share all my tools with you. And it didn't come to it like right away, I'm telling you. But don't take everything, like it is truth. They told us for a long time, don't eat fat, then eat fat. Don't eat, do this and do this. And like I told you, there are people who live on all kind of stuff. But that's it about hormones. And we're gonna talk about how to feed the cell, how to feed more of a cell and less of a parasites, bacteria, and yeast. Okay, we're gonna talk about it more. And I give you all of the tools, everything that I create, everything's gonna be yours. What else I wanted to say? Okay, betraying yourself, no anymore. We're gonna talk about feeding the cell the next time I see you. But it is always ask yourself, even right now, when you start eating, who am I feeding? The parasites or the cells? The cells need little, need very concentrated or nutrients dense foods. You know, the powders, green powders work perfectly right now. Bacteria don't like it, but the cells absolutely take it. And you know, all of these fibers and fruits and vegetables from the store, they don't have energetic charge for your cell. They don't have the structure. They don't have the only bacteria I still respect is a soil-based bacteria. It's like the ones from the soil or bifidobacterium. And still, we need a little bit of them. A little bit of them. I think that lactobacillus, they tell us the immune system is crazy, but we need to feed lots of bacteria. What kind of nonsense is that? No, we need to feed less of the bacteria, more of your cells, and your immune system will be normal. And we don't need all the crazy peptides, all of the crazy science that tell us another crazy protocol or diet or something like this. Your cell food is different from what your body eats. We going to talk about inner ecology of the cell next time. It all starts with a cell. When cell can detox, when cell can take the hormones in, just not having this calcification. And what is calcification? You get bombarded, you get betrayed, you betraying yourself so much, then your cell is getting tired from all of the information, from all of the other people energy fields, from all of the people thoughts, the crazy thoughts. Remember, like I tell you, stop the thoughts. They are not yours. They're all here in your energy field. And they'll like literally come to you, and you have the ability to say, you know what? This thought is scaring me. I don't like it. Fuck off. You literally tell this thought to fuck off. And you say, I don't like it. La 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 la. Who is thinking? Who is thinking? And you change to something you like. This is simple. You have this ability. Or you say, interesting. Crazy kids, crazy husband. Job I hate. Why did this girl create this? Interesting. But don't fight it. You can't fight anything from the girl that you created. Okay? I promise you. And the more in the next phase we get to, the more of a how to release this stuff from your energy, how to manipulate your thoughts more. Because it is crazy what we're doing to our own bodies. Again, the hormones directly affected by parasites, bacteria, fungus, by the organs of not working the proper way. Why? Because tissues, because the cell calcification, and the minerals. I talk about iodine, I talk about potassium, magnesium, bigger doses, okay? I talk about the liquid minerals with you. I'm gonna share more about all kind of minerals that I like to do. Minerals. That's what the cell need. And of course, the body prep. And I'm gonna share, this video is gonna be in the month 3. And again, body prep, face prep, body phase, prep phase, and brain phase. You'll see the changes. And Iodine is one of my favorite minerals right now. Another thing that I found very helpful is switching in between copper and zinc, giving doing a little bit of a higher doses, and I'm going to share it with you. So what I really find works awesome: 1 week doing zinc, 1 week doing copper, then take a break, then 1 week doing more zinc, 1 week doing more copper, then taking a break. It's amazing what happens to your hormones when you do these things, you know. And I tried, like, again, I tried all kind of like things for the hormones. And also, if you want to reset your hormones, is feeding the cell and taking breaks. You can do liquid days, you can do dry fasting, you can do my herbs, like the one that's so easy, that herbal fast month 2. So easy. You can always do it like once a week for a day. You can always do 7 days of it. You can always do 3 days of it. That one is amazing. It helps to clean the lymphatic system. There are usually 99% that you're not going to have hormone problems in a clean body, in a clean mind, clean boundaries, clean energetic field. You know, when you say, whoa, I got a little bit lost in all of this, why don't I take a big shovel and take everything out, including your house, including your car? Cleanse your car, cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, cleanse your environment. Okay? All right. Oh my goodness, I'm like, what am I doing? We went to the beach and I find the sand everywhere. Oh my God. Like now sand is coming out of me. Like, that's a new one already. Yeah, that's a new level of detoxing. All right, so do we do do you want to share something with me? Do you have questions? Again, there is a theory. There is a theory, there is going to be counter theories on that. That's going to just Google it. Whatever you find and you're scared that some practitioner tell you some scary story, try to Google absolutely the opposite, and you will find amazing doctors and practitioners going to tell you opposite story. I promise you that. In my opinion, fasting was the best thing that happened to me. It reset my insulin, and with my clients, like through all of these 10 years we worked together, reset the insulin, helped the cell, helped to break through all of the, like, the liver that was congested, helped me to boost my progesterone and get pregnant twice. Nothing was helping until I fasted, like literally fast, dry fast and water fast. The only thing that helped me to start taking my hormones to the level where I got pregnant naturally after fertility treatments where I couldn't walk, after my progesterone was non-existent. That's what boosted my progesterone. Yeah. So everything gets reset in your body with fasting. The thing is, there is a lot of things online. There is a industries that making supplements, that making pills, that making like food replacements, that making little, what is it, bars. They tell us you have to eat, you have to boost your, you have to like keep your metabolism, and all of them is gonna pay, unfortunately, pay the people who's going to do the research, who's going to say, you must eat 5 times a day or you will die. You must never stop eating or your muscles going to disappear. You must stop eating or your hormones, like, this is it. You know, they told, I was in a really big adrenal fatigue, and they said, do not ever fast with adrenal fatigue. It's dangerous. It's going to get worse. This what got me out of sleeping. Fasting, dry fast, got me out of sleeping 12 hours a day and waking up like I am disabled and broken. After the fast, dry fast, then I start eating a little bit like grapefruit again. I'm like, oh, whoa, let me just, I don't know, Google the competition where, you know, they like pull the big trucks. Like, I can do it now from one grapefruit. And I understood how, like, the receptors of insulin, how, like, I was eating all the time, eating sweets, and I couldn't, and it reset my receptors for my insulin, you know? And I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy what your body can do. And you know, another thing is can be a little bit scary that you start getting to, like, I remember when I got to like raw vegan and I was still having problems with insulin. And through my journey, I had ups and downs, but your body started detoxing sometimes, or like with iodine, when I quadrupled the doses, like boom, all of these, I started having all of these pimples, right? And like pus, I'm like, what's going on? Another person would get scared, and me in the past, I would get scared, like, oh, I got worse. But now I know, no, you didn't get worse. It's just body releasing what doesn't belong. But of course, you need to be careful sometimes. You don't need to be like feeling like crap and still pushing it. You know, it's a dance with your own body, only you know. But we can't be dependent like the doctor all know, so we can't be scared of an opinion, because I tell you the trick: if you see the opinion that's scary, google the opposite one and you find brilliant people telling you that it is opposite. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but it is how it works. I did a lot of games with this. Like, I find the craziest opinion how, like, for example, I don't know, peanut butter. Like, peanut butter is full of mold and scary for you. And then I'm like, Google, amazing ways people heal themselves with peanut butter. Boom. I'm like, wow. People like heal themselves with peanut butter, or people who telling like peanut butter is so full of minerals and nutrients, and how people like all of these crazy raw vegan people like, we swear we just eat peanut butter and we talk to civilizations and all this stuff. Cool, this is awesome. And there are people who like, I ate one peanut and I died from mold toxicity. Okay. So it's like, it's literally, it's our universe. Whatever you want to see, you find the proof of it. It's so funny. Like, start playing with your own life. Start playing even with your own people, with your husband. Like, tell them something and like see how it's gonna spin off and to believe. Play, enjoy life. Like, literally, don't be scared. If thoughts are scary, tell them to fuck off. If people are scared, tell them the same. If you scary, ask yourself, like, why am I scaring myself? Like, what's going on? You know, talk to somebody sane. Talk to each other in the Telegram. Talk to me in the Telegram. Like, tell me what's going on, you know? Like, let's don't be scared. Let's play with this life. This is how we literally we change our universe. It all starts with us. You know, we all, each one of us living in the bubble, kind of like of our own perception. My universe is totally different from your universe. It's like, I'm telling you, remember my mom, she lives in a universe where Russians are tall, crazy people, and Ukrainians and Russians, they're like hate each other and they're about to kill each other. Like, this is the end of the world. We're about to be doomed. Um, and I'm like, hold on. In my universe, Russians and Ukrainians, they like build companies together. They're totally cool. Like, they, again, talking to civilizations and it's like doing raw vegan projects and all this stuff. And I'm like, we're living in different universe. So, but I introduced you to my Russia. She likes it more now. Russians are not that bad after all. Goodness. Whew, I saved Russia from being, I don't know, erased from planet Earth in her universe. Because she's half Ukrainian, half Russian, so it's a dear subject, it's a big thing. Yeah, so she took the Ukrainian side for now. And we don't have to take sides, literally. Like, there are people who live in Ukraine, they don't have sides, and let's don't go there. All right, so yeah, share with each other. Like, if the crazy thoughts are coming in, like, tell them goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. But right now, be an observer again. Try to connect to your own body more with the ovaries, with the thyroid. There's always the ways, you remember the tools: the massage, the blood flow, the lymph, the soda baths, they keeping your feet very hot and your head cold, if you want to manipulate a little bit, the sauna blankets, the minerals, the water you drink. I drink water, like I open the chlorophyll capsule, a little bit lemon water, that I make it more And that way I drink it more because actually the less you eat, the less water you need, literally. Especially crappy water that is everywhere. Unfortunately, yeah, there are a lot of crappy water. And be mindful, your saliva, remember how I said saliva is your magic liquid that can really disinfect, that can help you to make it available for your body, not the parasites and bacteria. The parasites and bacteria, they hate saliva. The more you mix your food with your saliva, the more you're going to feed your cells. So chewing really well, blessing your food, all the old ways, they do work. Being very mindful how you eat, blessing your water, saying, ooh, like we are so powerful, ladies. The more you do it, the more you understand. You can literally, when you putting the lotion, imagine your hands have magical powers. When you holding, preparing your food, imagine your hands having magical power, and they will. It's literally whatever you believe this appears. I'm walking around, I'm thinking like, I never thought I'm gonna be like this um Wizard of Oz. I'm walking around like creating the rules in my life, and they just work. I say, ooh, I talk to my dog, and I'm like, do not ever jump on it. I have a little dog that we got for my daughter. She is like a little lion trapped in a little what is she? In a little bitty dog body, and she's like a cat. She jumps on a table and walk there. And I'm like, I know I talk to dogs. And I go in there and I say, you, if you ever jump on my table again, I'm gonna behead you. She's like, and jumped. And I didn't talk. I told her that telepathically. She heard me. Tell me that we're not magical. I don't know. It worked. Just try it. Just try to have fun with your life. Be your own little witch, or I don't know, wizard, or be your own little. Yes, yes, Liliana, you know all about. Oh, Liliana, why don't next Friday you come and talk to us about something magical? Can you do that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love it. Yes. You know what? This is amazing. Let's. Oh, okay. Next Friday, when do you come and talk? At 12 o'clock. Can you? I don't know. Tell us a little bit about the twin flames. Can you? No, we all. Okay. Tell us. Well, let's think about it. But oh, let's do. Okay, the next Friday, how to become a big witch. Okay. 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 So you're talking next Friday. So I was just thinking about and giving myself a task. I actually did until next Saturday. I said, well, I want to change the chemistry in my body, and we're gonna talk about this more. I want to connect to my body. So I gave myself a task until next Saturday to look at everyone with love. Just like how would it be if I talk and look? Because I am like my energy is a little bit, I've been building my business for so long, so it's kind of like male energy, a lot of a building going. We all women right now have this energy, and I'm like, what if I just make a little effort to talk and look at everybody with playfulness and love and joy and being like, some of the ladies you meet them and you're like, ooh, I want to be like her. She talks so sexy. And I'm like, okay, well, why don't we play like this until next Friday when Lilian, just be a little bitty, feminine, sexy, and like, oh, stupid children, stupid husband, but how interesting. She created them. So maybe with this playfulness, maybe with this kind of like relaxed feeling, all of a sudden we create different mom, children, husband, and everybody else. Because again, it starts with us. I promise, ladies, it starts with us. Okay, so Big witch. I mean, bad big witch. Oh, I love it. Next Friday, Liana. This is you. This is you next Friday talking. All right, my loves. I guess we've been talking for so long. What probiotic? The only probiotic I respect for now, literally, in that's not giving, that are less parasitic than others, is spore based, like megasporobiotics, for example, or bifidobacterium, just bifido. The lactobacillus, I find them very aggressive, very aggressive. I don't think that they create the conditions in our body I really don't like. My body is telling me from a lot of experience, especially if we have SIBO, IBS, a lot of things. It's like it's really not creating the good conditions. The less we feed them, the more we feed ourselves. I really disagree with the big craze about probiotics and insulting our immune system as being stupid and attacking our own body. Totally disagree. Totally disagree. All right. So we'll talk about everything a little more. It's been a long one. I love you all. And yes, we're going to talk about more of how to feed ourselves, talk about more about hormones, about brain health. That's a big topic of mine. Literally, what's happening to my brain. I'm going to share with you the tools. I'm going to talk to you more about that. It all starts with the brain. I mean, the physical, like the energy, the hormones, the gut health start with the brain. And now I realize how fatigued, tired, abused our brain is by the creatures, by how we live, by chemicals, by heavy metals. And iodine is one of the things that help to cleanse the body on this level. It's really amazing for the brain. Oh my God. It's like, that advertising Energizer Bunny. That's how I became with iodine and fasting and not feeding the bacteria. But it's all good for now. Love you all, and I'll see you soon. Share with me in Telegram. Bye bye.